Good evening, SRL, and welcome to Lotto Land, where the Manly Sea Eagles are taking on the reigning premiers, the Melbourne Storm. I am Snickler's brother. I'm joined here by Timothy James. TJ, what do you got for me?
It's good to be in the box with you, Nicholas. Two, really exciting teams. KCK, recruiting another good one to the family tree, and an Og, that's pretty good. And Storm done a great, off-season with recruiting, bringing in Mason Remy and a bunch of other powerhouse forwards. We'll see how this game goes, Nick, but it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, they also brought in Lachlan McKinnon. He was a big part of the Warriors' limited success last season. He did some very good things, so very interested to see how he goes. He pairs with Jack Jimmy, the recently anointed Australian centre, so very, very strong out wide, the Melbourne Storm, and it's going to be interesting. Like the likes of Pato and Ethan Goodwin can really keep up with what this Melbourne team are going to throw at them today. Are we repping TBK tonight, Tim?
We are repping TBK.
As he kicks off, straight down to Rex Buckingham, and he goes to Creed Alex Chapman, who's starting in the 8, which is a bit different to his role last season. He played a lot of lock, a lot of second row. Round 1 does funny things. We'll have to see what happens. They go back to Beckman. He was outstanding last season for a rookie. Him and Mav Keller, they had a really good 1-2 punch off the bench for Manly, and then they both eventually pushed their way into a starting role. So Mav Keller has obviously moved to the Dolphins, although maybe not for too long, whereas Beckman, he's stayed there. As now KCK goes out to the prodigal son who's returned, Kyle Lewis. You know more about him than I do, Tim. What does it mean to see him back at Manly?
Yeah, it means a lot. When Kyle Lewis was at Manly, he brought a lot of success, as we can say. I think 3 premierships, a lot of minor premierships as well. So Kyle Lewis might be the key to success at Manly, but we'll see how he goes this season, returning from Roosters, I'm guess. Oh,
yeah, he is returning from the Roosters. And Maverick Oldfield, maybe a premiership hangover. He's just put his head on the line there. Not the lines you want to be putting your head near, especially early on in the season. You get yourselves in trouble doing that kind of thing. Great kick from him. It was the man himself, Kyle Lewis. He talked about his impact. And is that Pato with the red hair? I believe it is. Brings him down to good tackle. And now Manly are on the attack, and they're going to look to strike early here. They are the home team, and we know what happens at Brookvale when Manly and Melbourne clash. Anything can happen. It gets a bit wet and wild. As they go, it's actually Goodwin out of the wing. Beck Goodwin, with the red hair, who made that good tackle before. Pato on the other side. So congratulations to Beck on her debut. A big game to play, and against the reigning premiers straight up, against the man himself, Lachlan McKinnon. As now Crutcher plays it. He's in the second row, which is it's really something. You'd have to say, hey, Tim, Ash Crutcher making the move into the second row.
Yeah, definitely a weird one. I was about to question it today. I thought my eyes were deceiving me for a second. There is... Oh, KCK!
Yeah, he's just too good at the back, isn't he? I think that the back play, we all know exactly how lethal it is. And yeah, Manly make him up and play early here for that mistake. I think, what would you say, they've touched the ball for all of 2 seconds, this Melbourne team?
Yeah, they did, and it wasn't very long. I think it was Mav Keller. Oh, no, not Mav Keller. Oh, my goodness. It's been a long off-season.
Mav Oldfield.
Oldfield goes to the sideline, and then just like that, Manly making an early start. KCK, of course, he loves the back, and don't all fullbacks do. It's only their way to score tries, and there you go, Manly up 6-0.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sneaky way to score a try. Us blokes in the forwards, we work hard for every single one we score. Fullbacks just wait at the back and dive over. As the Muzbet Melbourne Storm, I've just noticed the sponsorship. That's I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not sure if NRL teams are allowed to have gambling sponsors on their jerseys anymore, but anything can happen when you have the commissioner on your team. And Muzbet, of course, is powering the SRL this season. As TBK kicks off again for the second time in 4 minutes. That's unusual for this team. I think I'll have Melbourne in the tips, actually. So if they could get a move on, I would appreciate it. As Ollie Parche, another one of those former Sea Eagles who returned last season, takes it up. So Ash Crutcher had 95 speed. I'm not sure what his strength is, but if he can find a hole, he'll do well to explode. As now Parche goes for a second run in the set. A good start after points, but you want to see him get out of their half here. They go to Beckman, and he goes straight past one. That's exactly why he's so good. Andy offloads out to Kevin Walmsley, so here's another fresh signing. He was at the Cowboys last season, Tim. Is that right?
Walmsley, he was at the Cowboys, I think.
Yeah, so big signing there. He was a big part of their success. I think he was part of the season 5 team that won the comp. I might be mistaken, but I'm, I don't know,
Season
80%
4, I
sure
think.
there. Season 4, maybe not. Then as Beckman goes for a run in the last tackle, just changes things up there and goes to create Alex Chapman, who brings it down 10 metres out. And Melbourne finally get to have the ball.
Yeah, Beckman is such a damaging player, Snicker. You just watch him, and just in that set, 2 times he touched the ball and they were absolutely blistering runs, and he's been like that all last season, basically, and he's looking to make an even bigger impact this season, and Manly just showing that they've... Oh my god,
Ooh.
bro, what is Storm doing?
Yeah, forward wise. And just on Beckman, he's actually a bit of a character in the SRL chat. Oh, as KCK goes straight
Oh,
to save that story for perhaps when Manly aren't on the attack, because it looks like they could be going back to back here. They play it back to Buckingham and he goes short ball to Pache. Is he going to fall over the line? No, brought down in a good tackle there by the captain, I think it was Will Kay. They go right now, short ball again, and it's intercepted. James Thorne picks up and runs away with it. Is he going to go the length? No, he's not. He's brought down by Kyle Lewis, I believe. So perhaps the pressure is just eased a little bit there. As now Corey Bell gets out of half and he beats one, tries to turn KCK inside out. This is why Melbourne are so dangerous. 2 tackles and they're already over the 30-metre line. They go to Mason Remy now. A recruit, I believe. He wasn't there last season. Is that
yeah,
right,
he's a
Tim?
recruit, yeah.
Yeah,
He came
recruit. So
from...
Titans? South.
Titans.
Titans, yeah. He was part of the much vaunted forward pack. And he's only adding to what this team can do. Now they go out to Jack Jimmy, who's on the wing, and he gets ankle tapped, comes down a metre from the line. Great tackle there by the Manly defence. I think it was Pato Pato. And now Will Kay gets on the last and straight up drops it. Cruz Bontoff picks it up. And he's brought down 2 metres out from his own line. I think they dodged a bullet there.
How funny would that have been if Jack Jimmy scores? You know, all those people that voted, I think it was option 1 on Muzbet, they're rooting for Jack Jimmy and Chaz Dingo, and Jack Jimmy, you know, wingers don't really score that much close-range tries anymore in the SRL. Or, well, yeah, sometimes, but they don't really do it that much. So it would have been a sight to see if Jack Jimmy scores like that, but...
Is it both of those players to score in that Muzbet?
I think it's Jack and Chaz, but Chaz
yeah.
as a fullback, you know...
Yeah, you expect him to. He's one of the goats. You expect him to get it done.
Obviously.
Fitting that we're talking about him as Manly player as well. That's where he made his name, although he is at the Cowboys. They have the Warriors this week. I'm not sure if that game's already been played or where that falls in the week, but interesting to see how that one goes, because Warriors, a lot of changes there as well. As now Jack Jimmy gets it. He goes straight past one.
There he goes.
He's away. Wow, he's brought down there in a great tackle. I thought ACK did the Superman dive, but someone was so able to get back there. Now Manu Fa'afili playing in the 4. He's a second rower, but he does have 80 sidestep. Very luckily got that as part of that Will Kay random generation. As now Blake Harris takes it in the 6. He's the reigning... Is that the Tim James medalist? The man of the match in the final?
Yeah, he was like a combined one, I think.
Yeah, him and Will Kay, they have half medal each. They chopped it down the middle, and whenever they want to wear it, they have to go around both their necks. It's now Will Kay in that lock position again. He's brought down by his opposite, Aaron Beckman. 11 metres out from the line here, in a good position to kick. They're going to go right to Blake Harris, and yeah, that's not so impressive from the young man.
Yeah, Melbourne, not to say they're struggling, but I think they're really struggling there with the 5th tackle kicks. I think 2 times now they've dropped it on the line, and they've just really been struggling with defence. So they really got to muster up the defence, the offence, just everything basically.
Yeah, as Pato goes through one talking about defence, I think their meterage game's been pretty good, Melbourne, but like you said, they get in that red zone and they just they don't really know what to do they at the moment. They're not finding their marks and they're dropping the ball, and yeah, if they want to contest this Manly team who look like a well-oiled machine, to be honest, they're going to need to step up their game. As now Beck Goodwin gets it and goes to Ash Crutcher in that second row, trying to make a name for himself. I'm still a bit bemused by that, but I guess we'll see as the season goes on what actually happens. As now Kyle Lewis takes the ball in the 5th touch and goes down to Jack Jimmy. So a lot of early touches from him, and he's brought down a great tackle there.
Yeah, Jack Jimmy's making a great impact on the wing. Was at centres last season, and then just like that onto the wing. He's done a great job so far. He only scored a try as Will Kay, flat-footed, but makes a break and passes it.
Didn't want the contact.
Doesn't want it. Doesn't want the smoke.
A few halves when they get into that forward back, they like to get the palms, they like to get the line breaks, but you know, copping a big hit, it's just not in their nature. And I guess we'll see as it goes on how Will Kay develops in that lock role. He was, of course, man of the match in the grand final playing there, so he can't be too bad. But we'll see as the season develops with a few halves making the shift in round 1. Damian Moana of course, last night against us. As now Ethan Goodwin, I didn't realise he's playing alongside his mum. Is it Beck Goodwin? They locked down that edge together.
Yes, that is his mum, Beck Goodwin. That is, yeah, that's a new one. Oh, big fin. Yeah, but Ethan's playing alongside his mum, so that's a new one. And his dad as well, so...
No, his
there you
dad's
go.
at Roosters now. He switched
Oh,
mid-season.
yep,
Yeah.
still on the off-season, sorry. Yeah.
Disharmony in the Goodwin home. The wife joins and the husband leaves. It's interesting as our Walmsley takes another hit up. He's just doing what left second rowers do. Make those meters. Nothing glamorous about it. Now Beckman, he's monstered in that tackle. Ryan Wilmot comes over the top to finish him off. They're going to be in position for a punt kick here. Didn't quite make the meters they wanted. It's Bontoff who takes it. He goes down to Mav Oldfield, and we'll have to see if he can make up for his earlier out. He goes straight past Beck Goodwin. Welcome to the SRL back. That's what centers do. Miss tackles and don't touch the ball. Unfortunately, that's the position for you. As now Blake Harris takes it on. He goes to Wilmot, who's straight through a hole. KCK, 2 tackles in a row there. So these are the kind of things that can burn out a fullback stamina. They're going to want to shorten this defensive line and just stop the holes. As we see a very risky play. We see it so often. The intercept. I've told my team, Tim, they're not allowed to do it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I know we've told the Raiders, some of our players not to do it, but they'll probably end up doing it anyway.
They just don't listen. Yeah, they get a rush of blood.
Fine,
I thought it was fought off the rock, actually. Yeah. Freeburn down the sideline.
Tends to not work that play, doesn't it, Snicko?
Yeah, you see it once, I don't know, 1 in 10 maybe, it comes off with a line break, and if they do it close enough to the try and they stroll over, but yeah, it's just very, very risky. As now, 4th tackle here, just about to have prop subs come on for Manly, so it's been a tight game so far. We see him running off there. Sorry, that's just the second row again in position. Bontoff goes high. This could be another tap back kick. It's not ding-dong catches it, goes straight past one, breaks a tackle very well from Corey Bell. He's brought down 15 metres out from the line.
Now, you call Corey Bell Ding Dong?
Ding Dong, yeah. Did
yes. You? Forgot about the commentary names, but yes. Ding Dong Corey Bell back on the fullback role. He's done a great job so far in his time there, and so far this set 2 line breaks, so he's done pretty good there.
Yeah, he was a crucial part of their season. Last season, Corey Bell, he was dominant really through that sort of like late season run where it seemed like they didn't lose, I don't know, 6 games in a row or something. He was really good. As now Kalen Kelly, the Eels recruit, he comes onto the field. Big raps out of this guy. He was pretty impressive for the Eels last season. And he's going to look to carry that on for the Storm here. As now Blake Harris goes downfield, a long way down there. Freeburn takes it on the full, and he's wrapped up in a great tackle there. So Manu Fa'afili doing the job that a right centre needs to do and just making bulk tackles at the moment.
Yeah, I remember when I was the first Pacifica captain, I was going to pick Manu Fa'afili, but then I was seeing that he had 80 sidestep, which was a weird one, but he's really putting it to the test today, playing in the centres now, and he's done a great job so far, offensively and defensively, so we'll have to see how he goes in the centres, but done a great job so far. Oh,
and KCK goes straight past Corey Bell. Match up with the fullbacks there. You don't have to see that one fullback going straight past the other like that, but KCK says, settle down, Corey Bell. There's only 1 triple premiership. Actually, I think they're both triple premiership winners. What am I saying? As now Pato plays it. So a bit of a fullback showdown as this game goes on. Bontoff goes all the way down to Mav Oldfield again. So he's getting some good early ball after that first error. Brought down a very good tackle there by Beck Goodwin. She's made up for her earliest mistake. As now Logan Guys gets this straight through a hole. Angles off for a bit of more meters, and then Will K takes it. So this is what Melbourne do. Just every single set, they get a couple of line breaks, and they force you into positions that you don't want to be in. Riley Murray, now the vice-captain, onto the field in that distinctive yellow headgear. He'll be looking to carry on where Ryan Wilmot left off. And they go down to TBK, and he goes to Kalen Kelly, and it feels like every play, there's half a gap that this Storm team are just inching into, and Manly have to be careful, whereas now Nielsen, in that right second row that he really made his own last season, is brought down, but I think they're in range here for an attacking kick. They go to Harris, he 2 passes out to TBK. It is an attacking kick, but it's going to land 25 metres out. But Beck Goodwin takes it anyway, so again, 5th tackle option just not quite there for the Storm.
Yeah, it's not really working out, and just attacking this game now. No defense really shown in both teams, but usually in the first round of the season it'd be more defense than attack, but sort of just flipped around on the SRL. So yeah, that's a funny one as Beckman takes it up, and Manly doing a great job so far.
Yeah, to be fair, there has been one try scored in 25 minutes. So the attack can't be too red hot. Perhaps rust on both sides of the ball here for both teams as Bontoff. He kicks it again. He's got a radar for Mav Oldfield. That's the third time in a row they've gone down there. And Mav Oldfield makes it 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 and bad. Straight past back Goodwin. KCK wraps him up again. Now McKinnon, who hasn't had a lot of ball, got into half there. They go out to James Horner. He palms one, and he's going to make some meters here. Brought down eventually in a tackle, but not until he picked up 30 or 40 meters. Now Corey Bell goes to Harris, very deep to Will Kay. His ball playing out to Mav Oldfield. Beck Goodwin and him have had a lot of moments together. They just seem to be magnets for each other. Now McKinnon goes to Harris again. Kalen Kelly, he was almost through a hole, but Beckman recovered well there to get over the top and shut him down. Still, fourth tackle. They go to Harris. He goes wide to TBK. He goes to Corey Bell, and he's over. Great try from Corey Bell. KCK almost got there. Just like that, got back in the game.
Oh, that ball playing is just...
exquisite.
Exquisite. I was going to use another word, but that's a better one. Exquisite is the word. That ball playing is just magnificent for the SRL. And that is a great try for Corey Bell.
Yeah, they spun it left. We saw Will Kay act as that link man. He got it all the way out to Maverick Oldfield. And then in literally the next play, they went 45 metres across field to find Corey Bell, who beats his man one-on-one. And slots at TBK. I think he actually had the best goal kicking stats of any regular kicker last season. So he's not going to make a mistake on that one. Slots it. Just like that, this game's all tied up.
Yeah, and Manly they were showing some signs of dominance, but then Melbourne, they're the reigning premiership premiers for a reason. Bloody hell. So, I wasn't expecting much, but yeah, Melbourne are going to go on top now as...
Has KCK had plastic surgery? Do you see him turn around there?
Yeah,
he's looking sculpted.
He's looking like a new man. He must have I don't know. Oh, there's a penalty. Oh, Jesus.
That's not what you want after points, is it?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
And now James Thornton will take it, so they get the penalty. We have to see exactly what they can do with it. They're very good in field position, Melbourne, and at the end of this set, I reckon they're going to be just in touch for a fifth tackle kick. It's now Blake Harris. He goes wide to Lachlan McKinnon. There he is. Doesn't make such an impact that I had expected for the man, but still good to see him get a touch nonetheless. Now Guys goes to Kelly. He's been on the ball a lot since he's come on the field. Yet to have a real impact, but good to see him getting involved. As now Murray gets it. He's straight through a hole. Very nicely done. KCK wraps him up, brings the vice-captain down 15 metres out from the line. So they are going to be in position for a kick following this play. TBK decides he doesn't want to take the kick, so instead gets tackled on the 4. So it's going to come down to Blake Harris. Where is he? Standing on the left there. He goes high. I don't know where it's going to land. In the in-goal. Yeah, whenever you don't see that little ball indicator, you just worry something's going to happen. But instead, it's a 7-tackle set for Manly.
Yeah, I was going to be worried there. I thought the ball was just going to bounce and Melbourne just get the lucky bounce and score a try there. But lucky KCK moved quick and got the ball there. But 7-tackle set now in the small second row.
And a penalty. Yeah, return penalty here. So the referee's had enough. He doesn't want any more of this low act of lying in the ruck. He's decided both teams to get a warning. And now Manly going to be in field position here, looking to strike back and take the lead again. Buckingham will start us off as he goes to Bontoff, and then he goes out to Kevin Walmsley, who he just pushes forward every single run he makes. He gets tackled, gets the post-contact meters. You get him close to the line, he's going to be very dangerous. And Beckman gets on the switch, unable to do much with it. Yeah, did you guys try and sign Beckman in the off-season, Tim?
No, we didn't do it. No, we got Oh, did he say so?
Yeah, he told me to try and sign him, so I inboxed him, and he immediately said, "No, I'm staying with Manly." I said, "Brother, what are you doing?" But it did make me laugh, Aaron Beckman. He's just making a name for himself in the SRL, both on and off the field.
He's definitely a character.
Yeah, it made me laugh the day after when it happened. I was thinking, what are you doing, man? But I digress. As now the man himself plays at 11 metres out. They're going to be in position for a kick here. They go to Bontoff, and he goes high. Paddo's out there. So is Chapman Kenny, but he's brought down a metre after the line. Very good place to hand the ball over nonetheless.
Great attacking set from Manly there, but now they just got to hold up on the defence as Muzzer's on the field now.
Oh, I thought that was long in the tackle for a moment.
Nah. Oh, there you go. Manu Fa'afili shot on that 80 sidestep there.
Yeah, I guess when Will Kay generated him all that time ago, he had a hunch that eventually he'd end up in the centres for his team. As now Bell goes straight past two of them in the one movement. KCK tackles him out. I'll be very interested to see his tackle count at halftime, KCK, because he's making an awful lot, and it's got to gas him. As now Jack Jimmy goes for a gallop himself, but he's monsters in a tackle. Perhaps that's why centres should stay towards the edge of the field. As now Nielsen goes straight through a hole. He was through, but his vice captain wanted the ball, and so he gave it to him. Riley Murray brought down 41 metres out from the line. It's going to be TBK to kick it, and he goes over the head of KCK, which is very nicely done. It's going to end up with Freeburn taking it flat-footed, but it doesn't matter because he still goes past KCK before Corey Bell brings him down. 6 minutes to go to halftime. Are you seeing another try in this game, Tim?
Oh, look, the attack's been on fire, but they just can't find points, and I don't know what happened there on that set. I think Freeburn was scared to take the ball there. He could have made a lot more meters, but instead he just waited for the ball to sort of drop. But I think I'll see one more try maybe from both. Maybe from
before
Manly.
halftime. One more try before halftime.
No,
Yeah,
not Ace. Not Ace.
Yeah, I was say,
Definitely
there's
not.
not a lot of time. There's KCK straight through, and he goes past Corey Bell again. So Corey Bell, perhaps, I don't know, looking at his rings too closely and forgetting to make tackles because KCK stood him up twice now. Bontoff now goes down to it's Corey Bell's turn to make amends, and he's unable to do so. There's a strong tackle there from Womsey, and he gets a sin bin final warning. So what? 2 minutes to go to half time. Can the Melbourne team force another penalty and take this Manly team to 12 men for the first 10 minutes of the second half?
Surely not. Surely KCK's telling his boys just to calm down the holding down, just slow the ruck down, but not as
blatantly as that. They're the home team as well. The crowd's got to help out this Manly team here. As now Riley Murray straight through a hole, and he passes it, but he passes it to Tusky Og, who's on SRL debut. Congratulations, Tusky.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man. Is he related to Cody Og, do you know?
I've heard reports that this guy's his dad.
His dad? That's interesting. I have a son in the SRL as well, actually.
Who is it?
The entire... Actually, I don't know the result of the game last night, so I won't talk any trash. As KCK goes past one. He's brought down eventually. Yeah, we do like our family connection in the SRL. It's always good to see. Of course, perhaps the most high profile is the Cavell brothers. They've been around a long time. Not always on the same team, but they've had some big impacts. As Beckman now goes straight through a hole and straight past Corey Bell. There's the one try we talked about. We talked about how good Aaron Beckman was last season, and he has picked up where he's left off here. A minute to go till half time, and Manly, you'd think, are going to go in leaders.
He just fends off Will Kay there. He tells him, what are you doing in the forward pack there, old Will, and just runs past Corey Bell. Bloody hell, he's got some speed on him, old Aaron Beckman, so that's a great try. And Beckman's in for a year. He's shown some great signs. Just like that, he's on fire to start off with.
Yeah, that 40 tackle stat of Will Kay's, it was eventually going to come back to bite him. You just had a sense it would. And yeah, Beckman has just said, you are not tackling me right now, sir, and strolled past. I thought Corey Bell could have got there, but I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Maybe he got caught on the goalpost. But anyway, it ends up with a Manly try. What do you think of these Melbourne socks, Tim? Are they new, these purple-white stripes?
They look very delicate. I like them.
They look like candy canes, I reckon.
Yeah, just change up the colour a little bit. I don't think they wore that last season, but a nice addition to the Melbourne Stormers. Oh, that's a stinker.
That is a dead set coach killer. 30 seconds to go to half time. If Melbourne get over here, that's just ridiculous. Matt Oldfield, he beats one. They're going to have 2 tackles to make here, but don't hold him down too long. We don't want a sin bin. As now Oldfield goes to Thorne, he goes to Harrison. He goes off the head to Ryan Wilman. Is he going to fall over? He's not. He's going to be brought down here, mainly going into half time. 12 points to 6. Hello and welcome back to Lotto Land. Manly currently up by 6 points. Tim, you went to the sheds at half time. The Storm shed, what did they have to say?
Yeah, they're just too much line breaks, not enough tackling. At the end there, Will Kay sort of just didn't bother with the tackle on Aaron Beckman. So they gave him a word, told him to stop being I can't say the word, but told him to stop being a cat and make some tackles and just get their sets completed. Their 5th tackle options as well. So it's basically, what you can see. 5th tackle options is terrible for Storm, so they need to change it up, basically.
Do you think they could maybe profit from taking Mulcahy out of that lock position and put him into the halves if that could potentially fix up their fifth tackle options and also stop him from missing tackles?
Well, the missed tackles maybe, but the kicking we can't guarantee because we know how terrible he is of a kicker. That's why he moved to lock. So if it's sort of just it comes with pros and cons of him moving him around the place.
I actually think he's overrated how he's kicking in terms of how I think he's an underrated kicker. I think he had a couple of bad weeks and people were quick to jump on him. So who knows what kind of Ethan Goodwin. That was a good finish to the set there. It was Blake Harris, I think he put the kick in. It worked out very well for him, but it doesn't matter because Kyle Lewis has gone straight through a yawning hole. Corey Bell eventually brought him down. And it turned out Corey Bell had more tackles than KCK at halftime. We were banging on about how tired KCK is going to get, but it was Corey Bell who actually did more defensive work in that first half with 30 more tackles made by the Storm team just on the back of those errors that they seem to make regularly, as now Ben Punch is on the field. In the 16. Now, that's interesting to have Ben Punch in the 16. Do you think, Tim?
Well, where do you think he should be, Snicko? You reckon he should be starting?
I'd at least put him in the 14 or 15 and double him up. I just think holding him back till after half time, unless he's on at lock, but I'm not sure if he is. I think he's a quality player. Yeah, quality player, and 19 minutes isn't enough for a player like him, I don't think. As TBK hits it up. He could be at lock, he could get 25 minutes, but still, I think 40 minutes would be more the goals. Now, Far Philly, with that 80 side set that we talked about, the second row in the setters makes a big line break there, brought down eventually by KCK. Now they go to Will Kane. And he goes past one, trying to make amends for his early mistake. Eventually caught, but not after he made some very valuable meters there. Now Thorne tries to get it to Kalen Kelly, but he's unable to do so. And that's just another one of these errors that's really stucking up for the Storm here.
Yeah, that's a stinker there, Snicko. I don't even know. I don't even feel like that was really knock on, to be honest. I think it hit the head of whoever that was standing still, but still get out of the way. Like, they're calling a play and he's in the way, so that's a bit of a stinker for the Storm there.
A real stinker. I can smell it from all the way up here in the box. It's those kinds of things that happen in round one of a season when players just aren't quite 100% sure where they're meant to be. Yeah, see, Riley Murray, he's playing in that 15. He's getting the double up roll. I thought for sure Ben Punch will get something similar for Manly, but I guess we'll have to monitor that one as the season goes on, as Kyle Lewis is brought down the fifth tackle. It's going to leave Alex Chapman to do the kicking, so he's in that lock role, so that means that Ben Punch definitely isn't. So he's getting 19 minutes, which is crazy. Do you know who they had in the 14 and 15?
For Manly or
Manly? Because
they had the old Og, I think Taxi Og and Robson. Og and Robson.
Tusky Og, the rookie on debut. You could have put him in the 16, doubled Ben Punch over, but I'm sure KCK has a plan. I'm just not smart enough to figure out what it exactly is. As now Guys plays in, goes to Riley Murray, and he bumps straight past one, but then he's forced backwards by, not sure who that is. Is that Beckman? Forced backwards and a great tackle there to keep him after making any meters. And TBK goes down to Ethan Goodwin. He hasn't had a lot of quality touches here, but we know he's a quality player, and he's just shown it there, straight past the first tackle. So maybe with some more ball, he can be a bit more impactful now. As Buckingham goes to Pache, he's back on the field, and he's brought down a good tackle there. He was pretty solid, I'd say, in his first stint without being remarkable, but a good hint of what he can do as this season progresses. Pato now brought down eventually in a good tackle there. Now Bontoff, I thought he was through half a gappy, but he's put Pache through a full gap. No need for this half a gap business. And eventually Creed Alex Chapman's brought down. But they're making good meters here, this Manly team, and they're starting to really gain some momentum and just get a good roll on. Kyle Lewis straightens the attack on the fourth tackle. He's brought down right on that TBC logo. And he gets a held in tackle penalty. I see the fingers from the box. They're saying to Kyle Lewis and Bontoff saying, no, thank you. They've turned it down. Surely the two's the play there, Tim.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a sin bin, but I guess it resets at half time. But
it sure does.
Honestly, I feel like the two would have been a bit of more of a smarter choice there. So,
safety, as bing bang boom. Creed Alex Chapman is just sat down. Melbourne are not happy with that penalty. They think that they were getting roasted all first half with the penalty count. And now they're getting it again in the second half. Now Pache is brought down a good tackle there by Murray, and I think that's Corey Bell as well. And now Buckingham goes to Bontoff, and he goes out to Walmsley. Is he going to push over? I think he might. Kevin Walmsley, he does. He pushes over the line. We mentioned it earlier in the game, just how good he is again, those post-contact meters. And I think he's scored a try in his Manly debut here.
Jeez, and he's just run at the smallest bloke, TBK. We ain't rocking with TBK on this one here. He's just completely let Walmsley score that try there. I don't know why they're checking it. You know, it was very clearly on the ground there, but there you go, Manly. Now they're on a roll here. Potentially up by 12 points.
The girls are dancing and so's the crowd. Manly, yeah, I got to think they'll kick this. Kyle Lewis is a veteran goal kicker. Surely you can't miss this.
Unless he's Jack Carl.
Cahill, who is retiring this season, we won't slide him too much. And he slots it, yeah, he does. Straight through the 2 sticks there. And yeah, 12-point lead here. Forget what I said about taking it to. The AI is obviously way on top of these things. TBK kicking off here. He's got a lot of practice at it so far. He'll be really good next game with the kickoffs.
Yeah, he's been doing it a lot so far this game. I might be on a grand final hangover, I think, Snicko, but can't really say too much. It's only round 1, but see how that goes.
Yeah, that's right. Whereas a lot of teams, they got to have their break nice and early. Melbourne, their overseas trip happened a bit later than everyone else, so it makes sense they're a little bit tired, so a little bit out of sorts. And this Manly team is well, I guess you'd say cruelly missed out on semis last season. They had the requisite wins, but unfortunately had an incident during the season where they lost points. So we know their quality, and they got a bit of a point to prove as well, I think. No points deducted this season for them so far anyway. And you got to think they're pretty good odds on to make the semis, especially with the addition of Kyle Lewis. And he's shown his class today, really directed this team around. Him and KCK have been dynamic. As now Bontoff, he kicks it well downfield, and he's turned Jack Jimmy around. And he's brought down in tackle eventually.
Yeah, Jack Jimmy doing good so far at the wing. But yeah, just like you said, Snicko, really, they nearly made the finals last season, but see, I thought they did make it. But even with the -2, so that would have been quite impressive. But no, they just missed out. So they've got a point to prove, like you said, here. And they're already doing a great job so far. Up against the Premiers is, Corey Bell.
Very nice from Corey Bell. Step 1, broke the tackle, and then got the offload away to far Philly, but unfortunately they weren't able to do much more with it. Now Will Kay shuffles it on to the local guys. I also saw Phoenix Murphy on the field. He's reigning second row of the year. Made his way down to Storm. Convenient how that all worked out, actually. Second row of the year nominated all the way down to Storm, where the commissioner lays. And he's on the field. It looks like he's in the 16, so he might only be getting the 40 minutes, but he was very good for the Eels last season. And they'll be hoping that he can really continue that kind of performance for them this year, because looks like he's slotted on for Kane Nielsen, who was really, really good all last season. Unless he's coming into the props, I'll have to double check that. Well, what he has done is just watch KCK go straight past him there. Manly making good meters this set. They're going to have one more settler here. It's Kyle Lewis who goes out to Pato. Yeah, he goes straight. I thought TBK was around the legs, but he went straight past him. They're going to have a chance for a kick here, but instead Ben Punch takes it. He goes straight through a hole, gets the offload away. Ben Punch goes to Buckingham, who fended, but eventually he's brought down a tackle there. I think that's Will Kay with the final cover tackle.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there, but nearly worked out there. Failed 5th tackle option turns into nearly a try there as, Corey Bell. There he goes. But yeah, Manly, they nearly scored another try there, so it's looking dangerous so far for them. And Melbourne, they're running it. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. And yeah, so Phoenix Murphy, I did pick up his in that left second row, so interesting to see how he goes in the second half. We saw it with Tabasco a lot last season for the Rabbitohs. When someone comes on fresh into that second row, they can really dominate the edge just for that 40 minutes. So he'll be trying to do that. Kyle Lewis was straight through a hole there. Speaking of dominating, he's been dominating this game, but made the wrong choice there, went back to Ben Punch. But he handles the ball again here. And this is the time he should have passed. So he's made mistakes twice in 2 tackles there, but at the end of the day, they're still 9 meters out from the line. They go to Wormsy again. Can he push over for a double? Turned on his back, he can't. They're going to have a chance for an attacking kick here. What can Bontoff put together?
Oh my God.
He's put together an intercept from dummy half. Buckingham, what are you doing, brother?
That was wow, that was a bit weird there. I thought they were a bit too close to the line, to be honest. I was gonna say it, but yeah, they're way too close, and instead he just throws an intercept as Kelly just knocks over one and
gets the offload away nicely. Yeah, good work from Kalen Kelly. He's been pretty strong in his Storm debut, as Phoenix Murphy is monster there. But again, no holding tackle penalty. I thought there was going to be one for sure there. But there wasn't. There's now Mav Oldfield. He takes a run. And only 25 metres gain that set, so a very dominating set there. From Manly, led by the likes of Freddie Anderson, as now Blake Harris kicks from deep in his own half. He's going to go straight to Freeburn, who's covering for KCK in the middle of the field. And he's just driven back into tackle there. I think that's the captain and his vice, Will Kay and Riley Murray, trying to make a point here for the Melbourne team.
Yeah, definitely a weird one there. Phoenix Murphy on the bench was nominated as, I think, player of the season actually last season. So,
good from Riley Murray. I do like to see that.
No,
he won second row of the year. Phoenix Murphy did.
Yeah, and to see him on the bench is a bit weird. I mean, I don't know. I can't be saying much, but Murphy probably deserving of a starting spot there. But yeah, you never know.
Yeah, hard to replace the 2 second rowers that won comp last season, though. That's the problem for him in this recruitment, but I'm sure Will has a plan for him. It's now Jack Jimmy's gone straight past to an equal tap eventually there by Freeburn, I think it was, is the one who brought him down eventually. Well, actually, I believe it was Pato before KCK jumped over the top, but it means the fullback's out of position here. Logan guys, unfortunately, unable to get the line break and make up for it. And now Manly have really set here, but they're still 27 metres out from the line, so good attacking position here. TBK throws the intercept to the big man, Freddie Anderson. He was really good in defence a couple of moments ago. And he's busted up again there and forced the intercept. So just whenever they get a sniff, they just seem to blow it all away, this Melbourne team.
Yeah, too much errors so far, and they let the big man, Freddie Anderson, make a couple metres there as KCK. Big line break, and now Manly in prime attacking position here. See what they can make of it as Lewis runs it up there.
Yeah, he's been big running half so far this game, Lewis. He goes to Freddie Anderson. He goes inside to KCK. He cut one to pieces, but brought down by Corey Bell eventually. Are they going to throw an intercept this play? No, they've learned their lesson. They go deeper, and Bontoff goes high. There's going to be one underneath it. It's Jack Jimmy, and he goes past one. Oh, he turned KCK inside out there, but Aaron Beckman, I think it is, on the edge there. He brought him down eventually.
Yeah, no one contested for the ball there. I think it was a perfect kick. It wasn't in the goal. It was quite high, and just seemed no one contested it. So it was a bit disappointing for that one, and they let him make a couple metres there as well. But the defence is still holding up for Old Manly.
Oh, it's been very good in the second half of the defence. They're just unable to make metres. Even there, Mason Remy back on the field, just a monster in that tackle, driven backwards a couple of metres. I'll be surprised if they make more than 30 metres this set, unless something drastic happens this play. Doesn't. There we are, 29 metres gained. TBK brought down 39 metres out from his line. So they're going to be kicking themselves out of trouble again here. It's Blake Harris, and that is a very good kick.
That was a great kick.
Was it just outside the 40? It wasn't. It was a 40-20. Call it a 45, because that's where the balls ended up. We said they have to kick themselves out of trouble, and Blake Harris has done exactly that. The Tim James medalist showing his class there.
That was a great kick, and it was fourth tackle there, or fifth tackle or something, but...
Fifth tackle, yeah.
Yeah, the winger just
over the winger's head.
The winger gave up. He didn't even bother trying to hustle back for it, so that's a bit of a letdown for the Manly winger there. Now Storm looking to find some points here.
And they found them. Corey Bell goes over for his second. That was almost inevitable after that 40-20, just how superb that was. They couldn't hold out. Who's got the blue hair for Melbourne?
Who's got the hairline like that? Sorry, blue hair. I think that's Phoenix Murphy.
Is that Phoenix Murphy? Phoenix Murphy, yeah.
Go to Turkey.
That's what happens. That's what happens when your club gets disbanded. You end up with funny looking hair. It's the stress that it puts in your mid-season. TBK, he's going to have a big kick here. I think he was at 92% last season, roughly.
It was 100%.
Was it 100%?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, and he's...
Nailed that. Absolutely nailed that. TBK showing his class here. This game's not over yet. 6 points in it. I sense a close finish.
Yeah, close finish it is, but I feel like the last try that Storm scored, it was off the back of some great kicking. So Storm just need to get their kicks right, the fifth tackle option, and no more errors. And I think they're almost complete, but Manly need to hold on now. They've been looking quite dominant, but just that last bit there was, oh no.
Oh, Ryan Wilmot gets away with one there. I thought for sure that was a knock on, but apparently not. Yeah, but you're right. Manly have been dominant in this end of the field. They've just look at that. Freddie Anderson all over Phoenix Murphy again. Their forwards are just unable to go anywhere. Maybe with the 65-minute locks up, there'll be a slight difference, but Remy pushes up there. If it wasn't for that Blake Harris 40-20, I think Manly would just about have this game run and done. But because of it, there's 10 minutes to go. There's only 6 points in it, and the game's still at 40. Is he going to nail it again, Blake Harris? Not quite. He goes for it, but comes off the side of the boot, unfortunately. And KCK comes up with it exactly on the 50-metre line.
Halfway for Manly now. They're going entire sets of go all ways. They give off to Ash Crutcher there, the small second rower. And yeah, I thought Blake Harris, I thought he had that.
Yeah, I think he's come back on as a prop, Ash Crutcher now.
Oh, jeez.
Or at least as a lock. I'm not entirely sure where he's playing.
Who does he think he is?
He's a forward now. I like it. Yeah, he's playing lock. I like it. I like it a lot. Little man doing big things. A man after my own heart. He can almost... I won't say he can come to the Dolphins with that kind of outlook, but he almost gets his Beckman. He wants a second. He's getting really, really close there. Avoid the intercept, Rex. He goes deep again to Bontoff. He goes high. Is Jack Jimmy going to come down with it again? He is. Another catch for the Jack Jimmy. The Australian centre showing why he got picked. I think that's his third high ball taken in a row. They just can't get near him at the moment. Oh, and TBK leave the run into the big boys, son. Beckman has just absolutely flogged him. As now Philly runs into Beckman again. So he's doubled up on his tackle there. Great defense from Beckman. Maybe I should have signed him after all. As now Remy gets it and is brought down. So this is what the Manly team have done all second half. Just kept Melbourne absolutely pinned. They just can't go anywhere. And they're going to have to kick themselves out of danger again. Blake Harris is going to have 4,000 kicking meters to finish this game. As TBK gets involved there.
No.
Oh, that's not great. And KCK goes past TBK. Corey Bell's there to save the day. TBK is just still picking himself up off the ground. Eventually gets back into the defensive line. Walmsley goes to Beckman. He's pushing forward. He's been strong, Beckman, all game. And he's going to try and close this one out for his team here. As now Bontoff goes all the way out to KCK. He goes straight past one. You saw the big Superman dive from Blake Harris, I think it was. And he's brought down eventually. Danger signs ringing here for Melbourne. And just like that, Ollie Pache goes over the line. The danger signs are ringing. It did not take long. This game's done.
Oh, I don't know, Snicko. There's 8 minutes left, but then again, you never know. But there it is, Ollie Pache. The big boys doing all the damage today for Manly. Ollie Pache and Walmsley. The last 2 tries, and it's just been so damaging. And just like that, Manly.
Yeah, they finally capitalised on all that great defence they were doing. They had them on lockdown. Beckman, those big shots. Anderson on the other side of the field just wrapping up Phoenix Murphy multiple times. Remy was unable to get going either. So I guess Ash Crutcher in the prop was doing a good role to stop Mason Remy. They're just winning the individual battles, Manly, and they capitalise eventually. And that's how you win SRL games, really. You just grind down the opposition and barge over with the forwards. If the team can't punt themselves out of trouble like Melbourne have been unable to do since that 40-20, eventually they're going to crack.
And those last 2 kicks, they really needed, a Blake Harris 40-20 in those last 2, but it's absolute stinkers of kicks. That TBK one just led to a try, so I think they sort of hurt themselves there with those, but we'll see how they finish the game here, but I think Manly have taken the win.
Yeah, Storm have those lightning bolts on the back of their jerseys, I just noticed, but it's been Manly that have been electric tonight. Just straight up and outclass them from pretty much the get-go. I don't think they've trailed Melbourne. Sorry, I don't think Manly have trailed the whole game. They scored early and have either been equal or in front the whole way, so it's a good way to play the SRL. Just take the pressure off yourself. As Pache back on in that lock position, makes a little run there, and I think they're going to go right. They do out to KCK. He goes all the way out to Ethan Goodwin. He finally gets a touch. Him and Beck Goodwin. They might as well be sitting around the dinner table because it hasn't been a whole lot of ball their way. As now Beck goes to Ollie Partey and he punts it down. A nice kick there from the prop. We saw it from Luke Short last night. He had some good kicks, and now Ollie Partey, his former prop partner, doing the same here for Manly. So there must be something in the water over at Parramatta. As now Blake Harris, he goes very wide out to Mania. Salmana Fagai, he's brought down in a good tackle from Ethan Goodwin. I think that's his first touch 35 minutes into the game. It's a rough life if you come on as a centre. Just sometimes, unfortunately, the ball just doesn't find its way out to you. As Phoenix Murphy takes another hit up. He's been gallant since he's come on the field, but unable to have a significant impact, just sort of been doing his work as best as he can. As guys eventually plays on the 40-metre line. Is Blake Harris going to go?
Oh, no.
He is going to go the 40-20. And to add insult to injury, Kyle Lewis is going to kick here. He'll stretch the margin out to 14 points, sorry.
Yeah.
And just really put an exclamation mark on this win.
Well, I think kicking has just killed Melbourne just like that. I don't even know. Those last 10 minutes of kicking was just abysmal for Melbourne.
Well, even in the first half, they dropped it twice, going for grubbers back-to-back.
Exactly. So the fifth tackle options, the kicking is just... It hasn't worked for Melbourne, and they really struggled out there today, but as it is round one, but...
Yeah, reigning premiers in round one. You got to think they're going to come back strong. Certainly not writing them off in any way.
Yeah.
Like, they're a strong team, and Manly have just been really good today, and sometimes that happens.
Percent.
And then Walmsley breaks a tackle. Talk about being good. He's been very, very strong in his club debut for Manly. As now Partey gets it. 2 men in that tackle, bringing down 3 men eventually. Great tackle there from all three of them. It's that kind of sternness that they needed throughout this game, but they just sort of haven't been able to bring it. Beckman pushes for even more post-contact meters. That big redhead man has done a lot of damage tonight for this Manly team. As now Partey gets it again, and he gets the offload away to Buckingham. He's brought down almost exactly where Partey was when he got tackled originally. Now Crutchy gets it, and he's straight through. The speedy little forward. Sort of showing why he made that position switch. Second row now into the prop here. It'll be the last touch, I think, for the Manly team all game. It's going to be Bontoff. Great kick. That's just what Melbourne needed. Just find the corners, pin him down. Jack Jimmy, he goes past one. Can't quite be pinned down, but as he has all game, KCK is there to mop him up.
Yeah, and I think that's the last touch for Manly there, but nonetheless, a great game. A good game back, and so Melbourne finished their set off, but they've got a lot of work on. Round one, they found out that their fifth tackle options is terrible. Their kicking was was mediocre, and then it came at the end and just all went down to nothing. So they got to work on a couple of things on Melbourne, but Manly done a great job today. So pat themselves on the back there as game finishes up there.
Yeah, the hooter goes and the home crowd's ecstatic. Manly running out 26-12 winners on the back of an inspired forward pack performance. They just rolled them all game long. And I think that, Melbourne, I wouldn't know if I'd say their kicking game was terrible, but it wasn't up to the standard they set for themselves last season. They'll go back to the cookbook. They'll bring something back out next week. As you look at some of these stats, time in possession, 55-45. It felt like that. Manly just had a lot of ball. 26 completed sets to 16. That's quite the disparity, and a good completion rate there for Manly. Everything else is relatively similar, except for tackles. Manly had made 30 less in the first half and another 20 less in the second half to add up to 50. A difference of 50 tackles overall throughout the game, which is quite substantial. As we flick over to some player stats. Kane Chapman-Kenny, 248. He was big. 8 line breaks for him, 1 try. Kevin Walmsley, 186 metres. Wes Beckman, 144 metres, 3 line breaks. And 1 try. And then, of course, a try to Ollie Partey as well. With his 139 metres. Just a lot of the big boys contributed for Manly, I'd say.
Definitely. Aaron Beckman, great job out there. And so did Ollie Partey in his 57-minute stint. 139 metres was great. And everyone just did their role today. And a great debut for old Beck Goodwin, and Taxi he did all right.
He had a go.
He had a crack.
He made the most of his opportunities, I guess you'd say. As we flick over to Melbourne. Jack Jimmy, 222 metres. He was quite strong. Unable to get over the line, but he had a couple of line breaks. Interestingly, only 185 and 123 metres kicked. I thought there could have been more from one of those guys, but I guess there were a lot of kicking opportunities for TBK and Blake Harris, but they didn't go long all too often. And yeah, just not enough forwards that went over that 100-meter mark. I guess you'd say for Melbourne, there was Logan guys, and that's it. None of the other forwards could manage over 100 meters, which really sort of shows a difference, I think, in the forward packs tonight.
Definitely. Manly's forward pack was on top, and over here at Storm was just not good enough. Like you said, none of them could crack 100. Well, some of them at least. And yeah, Riley Murray, 93 meters in 41 minutes was a good crack. So it was all right, but Storm just need to get that meterage up, and so does the kicking. But
yeah, you also look at 31 tackles for James Thornton, none misses, a titanic effort. Will Kay had 30 tackles as well, so you can see why the meters weren't there, because they just did a whole lot of defending. And eventually, yeah, they cracked under the sustained pressure from the Manly team, and the Seagulls, they were quite good tonight.
Definitely a great game from both teams, and like I said, Melbourne need to work on a couple of things, but Manly should be happy with that result.
I think so. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's all from us. You got anything else, Tim?
Nah, I'm all out.
Yep, signing off. I will see you back on SRL TV tomorrow for some more blockbuster games. The Miners are up first, 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Good way.